fits together.
So I understand you got an email about the graphics in the game.
Well, that's right. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's the first email I got about the review of Fable, and what time did the review go up? Like 3 or something?
Yeah.
So this email came in at like 3:16 p.m. I'm not going to mention who from. He actually didn't sign off. I assume it's a he. And I'd like to read this.
Please, go right ahead. I want to hear this.
So the subject is Fable review. Well, Greg, you did it again. You continue to fail me with your inadequate writing and moronic reviews in relation to the scoring you give. Specifically, in the Fable review, you gave the graphics an 8 out of 10, yet in your review of the graphics section, you said, excellent, dreamlike, little details are everywhere, larger than life, dense with color, weather effects look very real, watching your hero take shape over time is a one-of-a-kind experience that, in and of itself, encourages spending lots of time playing Fable. You're basically saying to gamers that the graphics alone are a reason to play this game. Then you have 2 negatives about the graphics. Noticeably hitches up on occasion, and some of the game's characters are uncharacteristically ugly and look somewhat out of place. Now, with that said, you gave graphics an 8. Are you taking 2 points off just to minor graphically issues? Why are you contradicting your adjectives and experience of graphics with the grade of 8? Would a 9 be out of the question? I would like to go back to some of your past reviews with 8 graphics and tell me that Fable graphics are on the same level. After reading your graphics section, it sounded like you were going to give it a 10, especially since you summarized the entire graphics section with these words. The overall level of artistry in Fable's graphics ultimately makes this game look superb. This level of graphical quality enriches the overall experience. Boy, that sounds like an 8 to me. Thanks again, Greg, for reinforcing my opinion of you as a genuine game reviewer whose words mirror the overall grade the game receives. It continues to bolster your reputation as a gamer's bias, quote, editor. Thanks for the laughs. Oh, and please save yourself the time of sending me the standard rules for how GameSpot grades and reviews the games. As soon as I saw the 8.6, I knew you reviewed it. No surprise there. So, yeah, I wrote him back at 3:21 p.m. and said, apologies. I said, congratulations on being the first person to email me about my review of Fable. I hope the game somehow manages to live up to your unrealistic expectations. And I signed off and said, P.S. I gave the game a graphics score of 9. So, yeah, I can't make this stuff up.
That's learn to read, I guess. Is the moral of the moral of the
He's
story.
just so angry, man. He's just so angry. He saw that
rage.
The top item in the game space is like it starts with like gameplay 8 or something. So he must have read gameplay and graphics wrong, or just flipped out and wrote his manifesto. But
saw it, just everything turned red, and before he knew it, he had.
I mean, you know, we're always very open to criticism, and as Jeff can attest, we spent a whole lot.